My name is Mutebi. I'm married to Bishop Hannington Mutebi, and by God's grace, we are serving in Kampala Diocese as an assistant bishop. I'm a bishop's wife. We have 3 biological children and some 2 adopted ones. And I'm a senior nursing officer working with Uganda Christian University. We've been married for the last 26 years. And I thank God who saved me in 1982, 25th March. My experience with the SOMA group and the Bishop's Wives Retreat that was held in January in Uganda. That was my very, very first time to meet with the Bishop's Wives, because we had just been consecrated a few months prior to that. When I got there, the welcome I received from the mothers, I was I was overwhelmed. The ladies seemed to be so nice, because prior to us becoming bishop and bishop's wife, we used to look at these people at a distance. We'd never imagine when they got together what it meant. But when we got there, the fellowship, the warm welcome, I was overwhelmed, and I thanked God. The SOMA sessions were so nice. They were sharing experiences that lifted me up, because I used to think that maybe temptations come to a certain group of women and not to others. As we went along discussing and sharing issues, I was to understand that we are having the same experiences, and the issues, the problems, the challenges cut across, irrespective of color, of race, of locality. We're all experiencing the same challenges, but we are lifted up, because we found that the only weapon that we could use amidst all these challenges was prayer. Prayer cuts across, and the SOMA group led us to understanding prayer. The SOMA group would lead us, but then they would leave the Holy Spirit to lead us. And there was no resistance, because they had their programs, but when they felt that the Holy Spirit led them into going to some other direction, we always obeyed, especially when we were led into prayer. I remember that time, because they had not planned, but Mama Beatrice, she said, "People, my sisters, I want you to pray for me." And we all came and laid our hands on her, and we prayed, a sign of humility, because we would think she's high up there, but she went down on her knees and she allowed us to pray for her. Another lesson for me, and we prayed and we prayed and we prayed. Another time, we would go randomly and we pick on somebody in a line, going dancing round, and rejoicing, praising God. But then chance would strike, and you get into a person, you don't know her name, you don't know where she comes from, and there by the Spirit would be led into praying for one another. She would share her challenges to you, family, ministry, and we were supposed to pray for each other. That was also another very, very beautiful moment. And we found that the challenges were almost similar. So we prayed over each other, we cried, we asked God, and that also strengthened our relationship between the bishop's wives, irrespective of their localities. I was so grateful to God. I remember another lady sharing, me, I'm a mother of young adults, and she shared things. How she was, the issues she was having with her children, how she was called when one of was in prison. I said, God, this is too much. But then I said, oh, the devil. I was meant to understand that the devil, the higher you go, the bigger gadgets the devil devises for you. So we also prayed for that lady, but we were meant to, this brought us to have concern for one another, and to know that we are there to pray, to support our husbands. We may not be on the front line, but behind the scenes, the prayers of women are there. So I was very, very, very helped, and to have involved myself with a SOMA group, and to have attended that Bishop's Wives meeting retreat in January. here, what I have learned today is humility and knowing that I have to change my attitude, to allow the Holy Spirit to take out, to uproot all the bitterness that I had within my heart over some issues. I surrender all. I was looking at the people's testimonies, wow, how God has helped them to get rid of all bitterness, and I said, wow, I have to change my attitude completely and submit to the will of God and pray and, stand with my husband when there's nothing that hinders me. The devil can take you unaware if you continue in that life of bitterness, holding grudges, those hindrances as far as this retreat was concerned. We learned so many things. I cannot describe them and finish. There are too many. But I thank God because He allowed us to come.